Welcome to a new episode, and this time Passion for Pencils is switching to joyful watercolor painting. And you may recognize this coloring book, specially made for watercolor. It is Painterly Days by Kristy, and I've had so much fun working and practicing in this book, and practicing is what brings me back on this particular page. I have been trying different techniques and also different, I think there is not only watercolor paint here but also watercolor pencil to practice becoming bolder with adding pigment to the very first layer. I go cautious always. I'm just a cautious person by nature, but that is not always the right way to go when you go watercolor painting. So what I want to try now, practice, is to add much more pigment to the very first layer that I put on the paper. Now I want to practice this in wet technique, so this blob of water was way too big. I'm going to take off some water in a minute, but let's put it on a larger area first. When I do watercoloring, which I love doing, I really like it, I do it actually in the same way as I do my coloring with pencils. Layering. Now the thing is that I think the end result in watercolor will be much better if I can reduce the amount of layers. And that means that I have to put on a lot more pigment in the very first layers. That is also exactly what I notice when I do paint. I notice every time that there is just not enough pigment in the layers that I put on paper. So let's give it a try. Now here I have my Schmincke set, beautiful set, and well, let's just pick one, ultramarine, why not? So I'm going to put a lot of color here. I'm going all the way, as much pigment as possible. They always say that watercolor paint, when it dries, it becomes lighter. But for some reason, I never trusted that. So I always went very light. I started light and then I started building up the layers. But this time, let's be bold. Now the paper in this Painterly Days coloring book, it's not cotton, and you can see that it's easily there's fiber coming off the paper. That's okay. I wouldn't want that to happen in my paintings, but for this practicing coloring book, it's just wonderful. And this book has brought me so much joy already. The Painterly Days, the Woodlands version, this is. I do not have any pages left that I would like to paint in this book. So it's time for a new watercoloring book. I've been doing some searching already, but I haven't found one yet. And because I couldn't find anything that I'm looking for, I'm also working on my own coloring book. But the thing is, how can I say that? I want a coloring book that I can also use for you to make videos. And so far the ideas that I have gathered for a watercoloring book are all paintings that are a little bit larger than just a tiny painting that I can do and then finish in one video. So I need to way too much water. Now this happens because I'm working with this water brush. This is Arteza, and Arteza the Arteza brush is very, very generous with distributing water, so I really have to keep that in mind. Now I'm going to try a little bit of wet on dry, and this is phthalo green, and again I'm trying to be bold, I'm trying to be courageous and add lots of pigment. As you can see, we have sunshine on the table, on the desk. This morning we had snowfall. The temperatures were too high for the snow to remain, so it was gone as soon as it fell down the ground. But yeah, first snowfall of the year. In my favorite area, the Veluwe, they had a better situation, and snow remained for a little while, so I saw nice pictures on the internet. I'm going to pick another green tone. Again, lots and lots of pigment. This is permanent green. All Schmincke Horadam. And that is a professional paint of Schmincke. And I have to say, since I bought my first professional paint, that was Sennelier, I never ever wanted to go back to the student grade. I have one student grade, that is Talens Van Gogh. That is a very high quality student grade. But I don't have it in the home right now. I lent it to my sister. She wanted to try it, so. But I can tell you, these professional paints they are beautiful and so much better in my opinion. I saw that the prices have gone up a lot. So if you are interested in watercolor paint, the professional ones, and you see a good deal, go for it. I recently found a very good discount, so I bought a new professional brand, one that I didn't have yet. So now you can see the difference. This is the bold area and this is my cautious area. I think I need to go for this. Try to do this more often. I think this is the way to go, the way to practice and eventually improve my paintings. And I'm doing it again. Oh my goodness, I just can't. I'm having trouble getting used to these Arteza pencils. I do use these Arteza pencils when I am plein air painting because they give so much water. Then it can be easy to quickly wetten larger surfaces. And again, using lots and lots of pigment. And this is a chromium orange hue. Yesterday I discovered a vlog on YouTube. I wasn't sure at first whether I liked it, but actually I am loving this vlog. It's a vlog made by a Dutch news anchor. He is retired now, but this guy, he lives in my favorite place in the Netherlands, the Veluwe, and he's vlogging about what he is experiencing over there. And he's vlogging while being on vacation, and I think he's 70 years old, something like that. So it's nothing. It's nothing very adventurous or stuff like that, but it's just gezellig. They have a glorious garden with a beautiful pond, and then when he's in the garden, you can hear all those beautiful birds sing. Oh man, it's just. I watched a couple of videos this morning, and it made me long for springtime. But we are in autumn right now, so springtime will be here in 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. We are going to experience winter first, so. Oh dear. But that bird, the bird song was just beautiful. I love it so much, nature. There's nothing better. Well, let's just try continue a little bit more. I'm just picking all sorts of color and then, well, whatever, I'll just see what happens. Peril maroon I am picking up now. Look at that, and lots of color this time. Yes, let's see. If you paint on normal watercolor paper, that is, I mean not cotton, then adding fewer layers on your paper can be very helpful, because these pulp papers, just like this one in the book, it starts to peel when you continue to add water to it. It deteriorates to the point that it falls apart. So this is very, very necessary to have the guts to load your brush with lots and lots of pigment and just enjoy everything. So much fun this. Look what a beautiful color this is. Peril maroon. Here, when I'm zooming in, you can see here, even with these very light first layers, the paper already started peeling. I don't mind in this book. I think Kristy Rice did a beautiful job creating a coloring book that just spreads joy. I think that is what's happening with this coloring book. Now I'm going to try to mix on the paper. So I'm going in with a color called Chromium Yellow U Deep. Now Chromium Yellow U means once upon a time there was this chromium yellow, but chrome is quite poisonous, so they replaced it with a safer paint, Chromium Yellow U, and then this is a deep color according to the name. So this video is just showing you about how I do my experimenting, learning and enjoying myself, because this is really joyful. I'm not looking for a particular result. I'm only practicing well, being courageous and adding lots and lots of paint on the paper. I will add another color, and that one is Helio Cerulean. So we are going to get an interesting mix, I think. Let's see what happens if we add that one here. I have a watercolor painting in mind that I want to start, and this little exercise is really helping me now to realize that yes, I need to be much bolder when it comes to adding color in the first layers. And this is interesting because this mixture is absolutely not it's not creating what I was intending. So I cleaned the brush, and now I'm going to smooth things out a little bit. Very interesting. So I'm taking a step back now, and when I look on the screen of my phone, the result of this more pigmented layer is even stronger than when I look straight on the paper. And this is really this is good. I'm glad I took some time to try this. There's a little bit of a very harsh line here. It's okay, of course, but yeah, this is better. And as you can see, I think you can see it, the paper starts to pill again. Now, if you have this pilling on your own watercolor paper and you really hate it, see if you can buy a watercolor paper that has a touch of cotton in it. Doesn't have to be 100% cotton. I believe Fabriano has a cotton, 40% cotton paper, I believe, which is already a lot sturdier than the normal paper watercolors. So this was really nice. I think I will come back to this page. I have no idea when, but this is a wonderful practice page. If you are looking for a watercolor coloring book, I can highly recommend Kristy Rice's books. She has several. I have this one, the Woodland. That was a gift, of course, by one of you. It was absolutely spot on gift. I remember being on vacation near Lake Como. Let's try this one a little while longer. Let's try this toadstool. We were on vacation on Lake Como, at the shores of Lake Como. It was late at night, it was dark, we had a very poor light on the balcony, and I could not stop painting in this book. It was I just couldn't. It was so joyful working in this book, because you just start and you just splash your colors on the paper, and you just cannot go wrong. The designs that Kristy Rice made are genius, actually. It's just genius. There's no other way of saying that. It allows you to explore, to, yeah, it's freedom. It's watercolor freedom, really. I just love it. Well, I think I will stop now. But I don't want to stop, but I have other things to do now. So I will come back to this page and explore a little more, and what I'm going to do in the next episode, I think. Right now I painted with the Schmincke paints. How about trying a different brand in the next session? That might be interesting. So wishing you happy coloring, happy painting, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.